Hey everybody, hello again, and it is time for another weekly connection. And as you can see, I am still in my RV. It's going to be a while with the renovation going on in my house. So it's chilly, so I'm not outside. So we just chose to do it in here today. So let's do our cosmic thrust. So we're going to put just a little drop on our hands, rub our hands together. And remember that even when we're not together, if there's a distance between us, we are not bound by time and space. So this will bring us together, even if you don't have any. We're going to unify our energies now, bring it into our aura, cup our hands together, and take a deep breath in. Thank you. So today we have an entire crew here. We have Lord Mahay, Jawal Kaul, Serapis Bey, Lady Portia. There's a whole bunch of them. Anyway, today's word I thought was really interesting when they gave it to me because it's honor. Now, honor, we use honor a lot when we're talking about conscious use of power. We use honor in terms of understanding one another in what we're doing. So, I don't always work with forgiveness because for me, and I may be wrong on this, but it's just my personal interpretation of forgiveness is that somehow it's all right what you did. And that's not true. So the word honor is more than I honor that what you did or are doing is serving you in some way. Whether or not I think that it is a good move or a bad move, it doesn't matter, right? So I can honor, even if we have a connection with each other, whatever that connection is, that I can honor that this is a play that we are playing out, and that we all have our journeys in life, and that we are all doing what we need to do. And so with the energies that are going on, particularly in our country today, it is really important that we honor one another, that we don't judge one another, that we don't think, how can these people think this way and how can that person think that way? Well, because they do, because in their mind, that is their truth. And you have to honor what their truth is. You don't have to agree, or, you can disagree with it, but you have to honor that somehow excuse me, that is serving them. So we honor, and we use conscious use of power, and we use the light to clear away the negativity that may be causing the bad behavior. We don't judge bad behavior. This is really important because we have to understand or honor that a person doesn't know how to behave correctly. A little kid acts poorly. They do something wrong. They break something. Well, you don't sit there and condemn the child because they did that. You understand, or you honor the fact that that is where that child is in its development, in its understanding of what life is or how we're supposed to behave in life. So today is about honoring one another and using our gifts as light seeds to light the planet and to light one another so that we can all start to come from a more centered place of understanding, of wisdom. None of us always were wise. Some of us may not be wise now. Some of us may be wise now. It isn't about one being wrong and one being right, or my way of thinking is right and your way of thinking is wrong. We have to honor one another for our differences and move the light that we all come from a conscious place of understanding. Because when we honor one another, we allow that growth to happen. We allow that understanding to happen so that we may grow as human beings independently and collectively toward the light, to become more and more light beings, more and more conscious beings. This is our goal. This is our goal as light seeds. So when we see someone or something that we disagree with, we have to honor that there's a reason why that is going on at the moment, at this time. There's a reason. And we honor that we have an interaction with that. If it's in your face, there's a reason, right? So then we use the light, first of all, to clear ourselves. Because if it's in your face, there is a reason. So you first, always inside you first, has to clear and come from a place of honor and honesty. That we honor and understand one another. And we talked about it before, that understanding comes from the heart, not from the mind. If the mind thinks it knows, it usually doesn't. It is the heart that is knowing. It is the heart that is wise. So we are after that wisdom. But it takes honoring one another for our differences to change everyone, including ourselves, into lighter beings. So the little Johnny light seeds that we are, that we love to be, need to spread the light within ourselves, within one another, and to honor that we are not all evolved at the same rate. This planet houses beings that have no life experience. They do not know. And if a 2-year-old, a 2-year-old thinks that they are the center of the universe, that everything is about them. Well, there are adults on planet Earth with 2-year-old conscious awareness. And we have to understand that. And we honor the fact that at one time you were 2 years old and I was 2 years old. So what do you do when you're the adult in the room? You teach the child. And the job of the light seed is to spread that light, to teach those who don't yet know. The planet doesn't, no planet, and none, never, ever does a third dimensional planet allow conscious life forms on it for very long. They have to shift. It has to go upward. Because really, third dimensional children are very destructive. And we're at the point now in our evolution where we see that destruction of third dimensional consciousness. And we know in our development of cosmic consciousness and Christ consciousness, as we've talked about before, that we are shifting into knowing and understanding our connectedness. To know that we are part of a whole. You don't have to see the whole yet, but you have to know that you are part of that whole. You have to understand the different parts. So it's our job to spread the light, to teach the 2-year-old children of planet Earth. So we need to honor one another in that process. So let's do it now. Let's do it for ourselves, in case you've had any judgments lately, so that we can honor the course that we are on, the course that we are taking to learn and to grow. And most importantly, let's learn and grow while we're doing it. So bring that golden light in, that yummy, yummy, thick, rich, viscous light from the crown. And let it just come in from the source, from the Father. And it comes down the front of you, right? Because that's your strength, that's your courage. That's the tenacity that you need to get through these times. And you bring it all the way down and out your feet into the Mother, to the earth. And she goes, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. And you're like, oh, it feels so good to connect into that energy of the Mother and to go all the way down into the grid and crunch onto that grid system which is her energy field, her chakra system, as we call it. And you breathe in that love, that energy from the mother. And you let it fill you and nurture you, because that's the nurturing sustenance that we need to get through the journey on a 3D planet. And we bring that energy up the back of our spine, the yin energy of the mother, back to the crown. And we feel that energy cycle back down with the father energy in it. It comes down the front and into the earth. And we feel it connect to the mother, that nurturing energy, and we bring it back up the back. And we feel it back to source. And then back down again. Down the front and into the earth. And keep rotating that light now. Just keep rotating it. Letting it fill you. Suck it in. Take all you want. It's yours for the taking. This light is here for you to help you on your journey. And now we're going to bring that light up the back. And this time we're going to waterfall it out. The first aura. And the second aura. And the second aura is, of course, our tribe, our culture, our civilization. And our third aura is our power center. And then the fourth, our heart. And the heart energy that we feel for one another. Whether or not you're a 2-year-old or not, we don't care. We're all here together. We're in the soup. We're on this planet. We're here together to get this job done. And the throat chakra, that we express that love. We express the light in all that we are and in all that we do. And into the third eye, no doubt who you are. Loving and grateful to have this job and this journey on earth. And then let it shine out your crown chakra so that it creates a cocoon of light that you are in now. And that outer layer is that shield of light, that gold light. Bring that light out as far as you need it. You might need a little more lately. You know, average is 8, 10, 12 inches out, because that light is the juice that people will munch and crunch so that they have journey. They can get through with the journey and have sustenance to do what they need to do and to grow the way they need to grow. This is our job. And it's a great time to be on planet Earth right now because we have a lot of work to do. And it's an honor to be here. So let's do it. And have fun doing it. And don't judge the 2-year-olds. Send them light. So I will see you next week, probably outside. And have a fun week. Bye-bye.